1947, bubonic plague. It sounds strange to be talking about the cause of a centuries-old disease outbreak on a list of banned military weapons, but here we are. In fact, biowarfare goes back way further than the 20th century. Going back a whopping 700 years or so, there are accounts of legendary pillager Genghis Khan using the dead bodies of plague victims as ammunition in the 1346 siege of Kaffa. The Mongol conqueror would catapult the bodies over the city walls and leave Kafans with the grim task of cleaning up what was basically makeshift plague grenades. But this isn't just a history lesson. The plague is still a serious military concern in the modern world, enough that it is banned under the 1972 Biological Weapons Convention. According to the CDC, the plague, officially named Yersinia pestis, is in the deadliest category of biological weapon. It even poses a risk of naturally or artificially mutating to be resistant to antibiotics. The World Health Organization has said that a 50-kilogram cloud released on a city would cause 36,000 deaths, and that's with effective antibiotics. To bring it home in a pretty shocking way, an ISIS militant's laptop was recovered in 2014 and found to contain a 19-page guide to testing the plague as a form of bioterrorism. Given that there's no vaccine, a treatment-resistant strain could cause catastrophic damage if used in that way.
Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shai, Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shai, Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone that taught me his word. Shalom to the elect, because that's who he shows it for. Okay? I don't have a title for the video yet. Possibly somewhere along the lines of Black Death, bubonic plague. More than likely that'll be in the title. But this is going into these articles you see here on the screen. I just typed it in Google. And there was a big scare and a quarantine. Okay, it says Black Death at Golden Gate Review, San Francisco Plague Years. It says plague deaths, quarantine lifted after couple died of bubonic plague. European tourists quarantined in Mongolia after 2 die of bubonic plague. Alright? Mongolian couple die of bubonic plague after eating marmot. Okay? Which, us as Israelites, we know this is not lawful to eat. Okay? Tourists indefinitely quarantined in Mongolia over bubonic plague fears. Alright? And, actually, bubonic plague was something that was supposed to be banned at war. Because, you know, Esau, being the mad scientist that he is, he has the bubonic plague, the Black Death. He has that accessible, okay? And he could put it out there, which he looks as he has. You know, looks as if he has put it out there, okay? And this man could wipe out millions upon billions of people with this Black Death plague. Now, when you go into the history of us during the Byzantine Empire, the Most High pretty much sent that plague to bring us down for prophecy's sake, so Esau could rule. Okay, so Esau could come back into rulership, which was the time of the Renaissance. Okay, and us, you know, we fall, like I said, for prophecy's sake. Okay, but there's a bunch of different articles you can read on this, man. It says bubonic plague, terrified terrorists, quarantine after Black Death outbreak. And you see, you got the hazmat suits on and whatnot. Okay. Well, guess what? That's how about Shimei Shai bringing on those plagues. Okay. Because the Most High deals with plagues. Okay. I looked up the word plague in the Bible. Okay, it says occurs 98 times in 80 verses in the KJV. Alright, and if I look up plagues, put an S on there. This here, it says occurs 24 times in 22 verses. Okay, so the Lord definitely deals with plagues, man. Okay, the Lord is the one that brought the plagues on Egypt, and the Lord is bringing plagues upon modern day Egypt, which is America. Okay, and if you are in the know, I'm speaking to the brothers that have this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. You can see that it's high time, you know, to kick it into gear and be on fire, man, because the Lord is not playing. Okay? Second Ezra chapter 15, and I'm gonna go right down to the point. 5th verse. Behold, saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, I will bring plagues upon the world. Okay? And that word world there is talking about the whole inhabited earth, man. Moikaming. Alright? It says, the sword, which, guess what? Biological warfare is a part of the sword of the Lord, okay? Because a sword causes death and destruction. Now, I'm going to put a video up in the beginning of this video in the post-production, and you'll see, okay? This bubonic plague, the Black Death, is nothing to play with, okay? And it's a part of the Lord's sword. It says famine. Now, famine is a lack of food, okay? A lack of bread. You see? That's also going to come upon the society, man. It might seem hard right now because you got Trader Joe's open and you got Whole Foods open and your different supermarkets and whatnot. All right, and these different convenience stores open. Guess what? The time is going to come, well, like the scriptures tell you in Ecclesiastes, the doors shall be shut in the streets. Okay, and all it really takes is for an economical collapse to shut this society down, man. And all the time we've been out there telling you people that these things are going to come to pass, it's going to be, joyous to see the looks on your faces, man. Okay, when you come looking for the prophet. But guess what? The Lord's going to remove us off the streets, man. So there's going to be two kind of famines. There's going to be a famine of bread, and there's going to be a famine of the word of the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. It says death. Okay, death is an actual spirit that's going to cleave upon this world, man. Okay? And there's going to be all different kind of dead bodies that die from different reasons, man. Whether you got your head blown off when they send in these Gurkha troops and UN troops and Blackwater and whatnot, or you die in a concentration camp. Because Esau has an agenda, okay? But little does he know the Most High is using his simple red ass, okay, to fulfill the Most High's will. Okay, he wanted to do away with the majority of humanity, and that's why he pushes out chemtrails, and that's why he promotes GMO foods and these different products that actually do you harm. Okay, cigarettes and things of that nature. Okay, it says here death, and that spirit of death is going to come by the way of the sword, like the scripture just said, whether it's the bubonic plague, or whether it's cholera, okay, or whatever different kind of disease, the Lord puts the spirit on Esau to put out there, because the Lord is the one that deals with them plagues, man, and he's just using Esau as a puppet to push him out, okay? It says, and destruction. So destruction is death and destruction, famine and sword is the end of America. And we know ultimately the destruction, the ultimate plague, is those nuclear missiles, okay? As it tells you in the book of Zechariah. It reads, for wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth. And that's by the way of the so-called white man, okay? Because why? Because he promotes and endorses wickedness, homosexuality, women being in positions men are supposed to be in, okay? Pedophilia. Here it is, the Roman Catholic Church. They got all different kind of cases dealing with these priests touching little boys and whatnot. But the Roman Catholic Church is still exalted in this society. So there's something wrong there, okay? It says, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. That's right, because why? Because their sins have reached unto heaven, like it tells you in Revelation chapter. Now, the Most High is getting ready to bring down his judgment upon you, okay? It says, therefore, saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness. Meaning what? That the Most High is going to pass judgment upon you. Okay, the Lord has been still, okay? And just watch you devils continue on in your wickedness, along with you Israelites, man. I'm talking about the 2/3 of you continuing on in your wickedness, all right? And now judgment is going to come down. It says, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Okay? Like homosexuality, for instance, man. Okay? Eating unlawful foods. Yes, the terror, you people, the tourists over there, it says Mongolian couple die of bubonic plague after eating maramak. You ain't supposed to be eating nothing like that, man. That's unlawful, man. Now, if you were following the criteria of the dietary laws of the Most High, maybe that wouldn't have happened to you. Okay? Okay, so we read this here, man. Now, these plagues are going to come upon this society, man. But, I'll read this scripture, Revelation 9 and 20. And the rest of the men which were not killed by these plagues, because plagues are going to come, man. Okay? And the ultimate plague is the nuclear destruction. Okay, the Black Death, you know, Black Death ain't got nothing on the nuclear destruction. Okay? That nuclear destruction is going to make the Black Death or the bubonic plague look like a walk in the park. Okay? It says, and the rest of the men which were not killed by these plagues, which that's going into the elites, because the elites are going to be preserved, yet repented not of the works of their hands, that they should not worship devils and idols of gold and silver and brass and stone and of wood, which neither can see nor hear nor walk. And that goes, you other nations as well, that's going to be around the world. When this thing goes down, you're going to be praying to them idols, and then after the Israelites come down, we're going to, execute judgment upon you, man. And you're going to see that those idols are no gods, man. Okay? You see the scripture say, which neither can see nor hear nor walk. Okay? Our power is the living power, the only living power. Okay? The only true and living power, which is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Revelation 9 and 21. Neither repented they of their murders, which that's talking about the elites. It says, nor of their sorceries, nor of their fornication, nor of their thefts. Okay? And you damn devils, you're going to be found guilty on all charges, and you're going to suffer your judgment of 1,000 years in hardcore slavery under the Israelites. Okay? Anyhow, let's go back to this thing with the plagues, man. Because, you know, Antiochus the Epiphanes, like the scriptures tell you, that wicked root, okay? He died of a horrible plague. The Most High destroyed him by that, man. And it could have been the Black Death. Okay? This is, I'll start at, this is 2nd Maccabees chapter 9, and I'll start at verse 4. It says, then, swollen with anger, he thought to avenge upon the Jews the disgrace done unto him by those that made him flee. Therefore commanded he his chariot man to drive without ceasing, and to dispatch the journey. It says, the judgment of the Most High now following him, for he had spoken proudly in this sort. It says that he would come to Jerusalem and make it a common burying place of the Jews. It says, but the Almighty, but the Almighty, but the Lord Almighty, the power of Israel, smote him with an incurable and irreversible plague. So there wasn't no herbs he could take. There was nothing he can do. And it could have been the Black Death. It just could have been. Okay, we don't know, but it could have been. This is all speculation, but it just could have been that. It says, or as soon as he had spoken these words, a pain of the bowels that was remediless came upon him. Okay, and sore torments of the inner parts. The Lord was torturing this damn devil, man. Alright? It says, and that most justly, for he had tormented other men's bowels with many and strange torments. Right, this damn devil Antiochus, he liked to torture Israelites, man. Okay? It says, howbeit he nothing, howbeit he nothing at all ceased from his bragging, but still was filled with pride, breathing out fire in his rage against the Jews. So he had a hatred against the Israelites, was really the so-called Negroes, man. And this is why you see there was enmity between the woman and the serpent and whatnot, man. Okay, the seed of the woman and the serpent. You see, this is why Jacob and Esau were fighting in the womb. Because why? Because it's a hatred one towards another, man. So you supposed to love the so-called white man? Fuck no. All right. It says, and commanding to haste the journey, but it came to pass that he fell down from his chariot, carried violently, so that having a sore fall, all the members of his body were much pain. All right, so he got fucked up, fell off the chariot real violently, and his whole body was banged up. All right. It says, and thus he that a little afore thought he might command the waves of the sea, so proud was he beyond the condition of man, and weighed the high mountains in a balance, was now cast on the ground and carried into an horse lifter, showing forth unto all the manifest the power of the Most High. Showing forth unto all the manifest power of the Most High. So the Most High got that damn devil, man. So that the worms rose up out of the body of this wicked man. And whilst he lived in sorrow and pain, his flesh fell away, and the filthiness of his smell was noisome to all his army. Everybody knew about this, man. Okay? Everybody knew about this damn devil dying. This was a plague. Okay? It was a plague, man. See what it says here? An incurable and irreversible plague. So the Lord deals with plagues, man. And the plagues are going to come, and they're going to come more and more, man. Okay? You see what I'm saying? It says, and the man that thought a little afore he could reach to the stars of heaven, no man could endure to carry for his intolerable stink. Okay? And when you continue on in the story, you see that this devil died the death of a damn demon, man. Alright? And that was the Lord jacking his ass up for what he did to the Israelites, man. In his pride. Okay? And this dude was a straight up Edomite. Here he is. He was of the Greeks. Okay? And he was a straight up Edomite. That's one of the reasons why you damn devils took the Apocrypha out of the Bible. Because the Apocrypha would get right to it, man. Okay? You see what I'm saying? But anyhow, this has been a short lesson, you know, dealing with this bubonic plague. Lord willing, you know, this place goes down very soon. And the elect continue on to do the will of the Most High. Alright? Okay, so with that, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect.